Hola a todos, me llamo Pamela y voy a ser tu profesora de ESL 1 durante las próximas 5 semanas. Am, Algunos de ustedes podrían recordarme cuando enseñé en el programa Front Runners. Estoy muy emocionada de volver este verano para ahora trabajar contigo. Mis lecciones enseñan gramática, vocabulario y lectura. Durante las lecciones hago preguntas y le doy tiempo para responder, pero la lección está grabada. No puedo escuchar su respuesta o responder a sus preguntas. Espero que practicas de forma independiente. Para practicar inglés, necesitamos hablar en inglés. Ahora empecemos. Okay, now let's go ahead and switch over to English. And I want to introduce you to our theme for this week. It's going to be a basic lesson just to remind us what we already know and do a little practice with some vocabulary and some reading. So let's talk about the theme. This week's theme is ¿Quién eres tú? Who are you? And the other part is ¿Cuál es tu profesión? What is your profession? So let's get started at looking about the basic verb to be or ser and what that looks like in the singular and the plural format. So if you would follow my cursor, I'm going to show you where I'm going as I go through my lessons, and you can follow along, and I'll give you time to practice as well. On this left side here, notice it says singular. That's when we only talk about one person, right? So let's look at that form of the verb to be with the singular form. If I said yo soy, that would be I am. If I said tú eres, that would be you are. If I said él es or ella es, that is he is or she is. Usted es. Now in Spanish, usted is the formal form of you, but we don't have that in English. So it would just be you are, just like it is here in tú eres. It's the same. If I move on to my plural subjects, for example, the form nosotros, nosotras, that's we. So I would say we are for both singular or for both masculine and for feminine. We do not have that distinguish in English. If I said ellos son or ellas son, it would be the same in English. They are. But if I said ustedes son, that would be you all are. So let's go ahead and take a moment to look at what these sentences look like with some basic adjectives following and descriptions. I'm going to click to the next screen and let's practice with yo soy or I am and practice some sentences. The first one, I am from Mexico. Why don't you try saying that now? Put in your own country where you're from. I am a mom. I am a dad. Go ahead and give that a try. I am a hard worker. I am tired. Our final sentence is, I am learning English. Try that. Yes, you are, and you're doing a great job so far. Let's move on to the form of you are. You are from Guatemala. Why don't you try it? You are my friend. You are generous. And finally, you are smart. Very good. I'm very proud of you. Let's keep going. How about she is or he is? Let's practice with those. She is my sister. He is my husband. She is an engineer. He is working at a new job. Very good. Moving on to a plural form of we are friends. We are from the same country. We are students learning English. We are proud of our hard work. Nice. Very good. The last one we'll try is they are. Ellos son, ellas son. Let's practice that one. They are my family. They are my teachers. They are good friends. They are teaching me how to speak English. Nice. Very good. So, did you notice how the verb to be changes? Let me go back. I'm going to go back really quickly to look at that again. Now, again, I am, you are, he is, she is, we are, and they are. Notice how it changes with the different subject pronouns. Now let's do a little bit more learning. We're going to add some adjectives on. An adjective is a word that is used to describe a person, place, or thing. They provide information about the noun or the pronoun. So let's take a look. For example, the words in red are adjectives that describe the picture of the table. Well, let's get the table up and look at these words right here in red. It's a big table. Good. That means we're just talking about the size of the table. Big table is describing the table. It's a rectangle table. It's giving the shape. It's an old table, giving the age. It's a brown table. We could describe it with color. It's a wooden table, type of material used for the table. And finally, it's a beautiful table. And it's my opinion of how I think the table looks. So those are some great adjectives to describe a table. But if you're going to talk about yourself, I am, and you want to know some great adjectives to describe yourself, let's go to that next page. Here is a list, and we have the Spanish in the darker blue and the English in the lighter blue of some words that you can use to describe yourself. If I asked you, who are you? Tell me about yourself. So these are some words to describe yourself. If I said simpático, that's like saying friendly or nice. Antipático, unfriendly or mean. Inteligente, intelligent, smart. Tonto, silly or foolish. Estudioso, studious. What you're doing now, you're being studious. Trabajador, hardworking, like you are now, hardworking, learning your English. Servicial, that means helpful. That's a great way to describe yourself. Ambioso, ambitious, very good. Flojo, lazy. It's summertime. We're all a little lazy right now. Bonita, pretty. Guapo, good looking. Feo, ugly. Let's come over to this side now. Rico, rich, pobre, poor, joven, young, viejo, old, generoso, generous, fuerte, strong, romántico, romantic, sincero, sincere, artístico, artistic, serioso, serious, tímido, timid or shy, extrovertido, outgoing, alto, tall, and bajo, short. Now, I'm hoping that when you get to watch this video, down below, maybe in the notes somewhere of the video, they can put this link. Now, I'm going to show you something really quick. I've made some lessons on Quizlet, and this link will help you practice these words. Right now, you're seeing a screen on what's called Quizlet. I have a page on there that I am using, and it's all my ESL lessons. So I'm hoping that you have access to this, and you can go on your phone or your computer, and you can practice these lessons. It's a games, and it's just flashcards to help you learn. So let me show you these. Here's the flashcard button. I'm going to press on it, and it's going to take me to the flash. It talks to you too, the flashcard page. So if I just play with this, do you see how it talks to you like this? Simpático, friendly, nice. And then if I want to go, let's move this up a little bit. I'm going to go to the next screen. Well, there we go. Very good. Let's go to the next one. Inteligente. Click on it. Intelligent. Do you see how it does a great job practicing? Tonto. It's got pictures also on these flashcards to help you remember the words. Studious. Hardworking. So this is a great resource for you. Hopefully you'll have access to it and practice all these words. You can also play with this a little bit. There are some great ways to learn. This is another section over here. If I hit tall, you would put in the correct form. Strong. And you would hit the correct form over here and go back and forth. It's a great learning tool. I don't know that you're getting to see this as well as I'd hope, but at least we practice some with it. Again, these links will hopefully be on the bottom of the video somewhere for you to access. All right, let's go back to our lesson. Now that we've learned a little bit about the verb ser and practice all the I am, you are, he is forms, let's do some reading. Now it said for the theme of this week, it was ¿Cuál es tu profesión? Or what is your profession? So I thought we'd do some reading on what does an engineer do. I've got a reading excerpt that is going to be in this video. We will practice reading aloud, but before we practice, it's always good to go over the vocabulary. The vocabulary words are here in green. We only have 3 to learn, and you will see them in the reading that we will do next. The first vocabulary word is solution. Solution. It's a noun. The definition of solution is an answer to a problem or a way to fix it. So, what is a solution? It's answering a problem. Number 2 is design. Design. It's a verb. And what is a design? To draw plans for the form or the structure of something. So a design is some form of plan. It could be a verb, but guess what? In English, sometimes verbs are also nouns. So this definition of design is a plan that shows how to build something. It's a drawing made by an artist as a model of something. Ooh, something's misspelled. I need to fix that. And finally, number 3, the product. Product is a noun. It is something that is made by humans, animals, or machines that did not exist before. Okay, well, let's now get out of this screen and let's go to our reading. So here is your reading passage. It's coming from ReadWorks. I like to use reading passages from ReadWorks because it will help you with your reading levels and know different topics to learn about. So if you can see my pink little cursor there, we are going to move through this. Let's see if I can move us through. There we go, as I touch the screen here to move. And I'm going to use this cursor to read with you, and you can practice. Notice the green words here. Those are our vocabulary words, so we know what those mean. And let's go through and read together and practice. I'll read slowly and go ahead and read along with me. Do you like to figure out how things work? Do you like to solve problems? If you do, maybe you should become an engineer. Engineers work to find solutions to problems. They come up with ways to fix problems. They also design and make new products that help people. For example, some engineers develop new machines. Others figure out how to make strong bridges. Still, others work to make cars safer. Whoops. Oh, I moved us too far. Sorry about that. Sometimes engineers start by identifying a problem to solve. Other times, they start by choosing a new product to make. They look for ways to fix the problem or make the product. First, they look at different ideas. Then they pick the best one. Next page. They might make a model of their product. Then they would test it. A test could show them how to improve the product. Sandra is an engineer. She designs products. Her products let people know when storms and floods are coming. She likes finding ways to help people. It makes her feel good. Very good. You just read that whole article with me, and we practice pronouncing. We learned some new vocabulary, and really quickly, let's end this lesson by talking about Sandra is an engineer. Now, notice that's like saying she is, right? Sandra is an engineer. If she's an engineer, let's think of some words in our adjectives list that could describe Sandra. What are some adjectives that you remember from that list that we could use to describe Sandra? Sandra is, yes, that might work. You might have said she is smart. You might have said she is helpful. So if Sandra is an engineer, she's probably smart and she's probably helpful because she's making things for people to help them. All right, good job. I'm proud of you for that. Let's end our lesson here. That is the end of lesson 1. You've done a great job today. I am so proud of you. I need you to come back and see me next week. we will focus on the same theme, but we're going to add some verbs to our lessons. You might find some of those verbs on my Quizlet page when you start to practice on your own. Be sure to practice your readings and try to play the Quizlet games that you learned from this lesson. I am so glad you came today. I look forward to seeing you next week. Bye, everybody. Adios.